What is up guys, welcome to another video. So in this video I will go through the best common cars in the game, not including the prize cars. So what I mean by the prize car, for example, if you have a car like an Austin, let's say, where is it, this one? This car is only available by winning certain events, so I'm gonna exclude all of those cars and I'm just gonna include all the cars that anyone can get. So the cars you can get by winning packs and stuff like that, like not something you can only win by going on an event. So they're sorted by rarity, but they are not really in a particular order other than that. So the first car in my list is a GMC. So it's GMC Diablo. So this is a pretty good dragster car because for only 3 RQ it has performance tires, which is a decently rare thing among the common cars, and it can go once you upgrade it like 3 points when you put 3 points in engine and 3 points in weight. It's 0 to 60 miles per hour is 7.6 seconds, which is amazing for something that costs only 3 RQ. And also if you put 2.3 points in chassis, it still has 65 handling, which is really not bad. So the other car, my next car is a Citroen. So it's an off-roader. This particular one, not that, the Citroen Mehari 4x4. So this is pretty much the only car among the common cars that has off-road tires and four-wheel drive. So it's a true off-roader, also high ground clearance. It's a really unique car in that way. Also, it's a convertible, like, and it has this team favorite tag. So it really is a unique car in many ways. It's gonna help you in some off-road events. Just do note that when it comes to the twisty road, it can't go up the hill on snow. So keep that in mind. But on motocross and stuff like that, there's nothing that costs as little as it that wins against it. So it's really good. Uh, these stats don't really look the best. But it's really good car. Don't worry about it. Just keep it whenever you see one of those. So the next car on my list is a Honda. I'm sure pretty much all of you know this one. Where is Honda? So it's this little thing, Honda Beat. It actually used to be like 3 RQ only. It was really OP back then. This little thing, when you upgrade it, it goes all the way to 85 handling, which is amazing. It's a really small, lightweight car that's really maneuverable and has mid-engine layout. So it's really good in slaloms, stuff like that. It can beat like even 20 RQ cars sometimes. So really good car when you need to save up some RQ or pretty much any slaloms or stuff like that. It's an amazing car. Definitely keep them. I have two, so I would even recommend having two of them. The next car on this list is a Citroen. So where is the Citroen? Yep, Citroen, and it's a Citroen GSA. So this car, it has standard tires, but when you upgrade it like all the way up, it's 8.5 0 to 60 miles per hour and has 109 miles per hour top speed. So it's not as good as the Diablo when you look back at it, but it does have standard tires, which is really good for the rain. And there's not really many other cars that have that kind of top speed and acceleration in its price range. So I would definitely recommend you keeping it and upgrading it if you get one of those. Okay, the next one is a Renault. Let me see, where is the Renault? Here it is. So it's just a second, this little thingy, a Renault Twizy. So it's also another small maneuverable car, really lightweight, and it's a rear wheel drive. It has traction control in ABS, so even in dirt, when it comes to slaloms and stuff like that, it does wonders. Trust me, it's a really good car. It also has an eco-friendly like tag. So I really recommend you keeping it once you get it, because the handling goes all the way up to 76 once you upgrade it, and that's really good. Okay, the next car on my list is a Pontiac. So just a second. What's really unique about this car, it's an all-wheel drive car with performance tires that's also common. I have not seen that combination so far. Maybe I missed the other cars, but when you upgrade it, like 3, 2.3 and 3, like if you put 3 points in engine, 2.3 in weight, and 3 in chassis, it has 8.60 to 60 miles per hour, 80 handling, and 120 miles per hour top speed. And it's also four-wheel drive. So it's really amazing for only 5 RQ. It also has the American Dream tag, which is also very good. And I mean, the weight is not really the best, but like it's a really good all-rounder car, and it has all-wheel drive also. The next car on my list is a Chrysler. Just a second. So if you don't own it yet, it's only been here since this update, and I definitely would highly recommend you getting it and keeping it. The handling is definitely terrible, but that's not the point of this car. For only 5 RQ, it does 0 to 60 miles per hour in 6.8 seconds when you put 3 points in engine and weight. So it's definitely amazing dragster. Like it's gonna save you a bunch of RQ if you need a cheap dragster in some races, or just really good for this RQ. The next one is an all-rounder car. So where is Ford? Ford. Okay. I already mentioned that having performance tires in this category is kind of rare. So Ford Escort XR 3i is really good all-rounder car. I mean, it's not like particularly amazing at anything, but really good all-rounder car. It does 0 to 60 in 8.2 seconds when you upgrade it, and has 77 handling, which is not on either side not amazing, but it's really good actually. And a car like that can help you in all kinds of events. The weight is pretty good also, medium ground clearance, so you can use it in like when you have city streets or something like that, which is also amazing. And it has a hot hatch tag, so really recommend keeping it once you find one of those. Another Ford on my list is a Ford Fiesta XR2. It's also a similar story, but this one is more on the acceleration side. When you upgrade it, it does 0 to 60 in 7.6 seconds, and has 75 handling. So it's actually a bit quicker on straight lines, but a bit slower to the corners. Weight is also amazing, and it also has medium ground clearance. So definitely keep one of these if you find them, and it's also a hot hatch tag for it. So another car on my list is a Mercedes. Let's see. And this car is something really amazing when it comes to test bowl events or drag events. So when you upgrade it, when you put like 3 points in engine and weight, it's still gonna be heavy, but that doesn't really matter, because it's still gonna do like 0 to 60 in 7.1 seconds, and has a really good mid-range acceleration and a really good top speed. So it goes all the way to 138 miles per hour. Like nothing that costs 6 RQ can match that, so definitely keep it. The next car on my list is again a Renault. Let's see where they are. This is a car I've skipped actually a lot of times. I've used a lot of them. I never really realized how good it is. It's a Renault Laguna. This is another all-rounder car, but this time it has standard tires. And even with standard tires, it has 80 handling when you upgrade it all the way up. and does 9 seconds 0 to 60. Uh, that's not amazing, but it does have 128 top speed. So it has the good top speed and it has a decent mid-range acceleration. So really keep this car. Also medium ground clearance is there, and it has all the traction control and ABS, all the electronics. So it's definitely a really good car in the lane, in the rain. It's also a diesel. It doesn't have some kind of tech, but diesel. You can use diesels in certain events that are diesel cars only. So definitely keep one. Another similar car is a Ford actually again. Where are Fords? Fiat Ford. Okay. And I've also skipped this one a couple of times. It's this Ford Focus Coupe Cabriolet. So this car is pretty similar to Renault Laguna, but it's really good in corners. It has standard tires and 85 handling when you upgrade it all the way up, but only does 0 to 60 in 9.9 seconds. Yeah, and it doesn't have as good top speed as Laguna does, but when it comes to corners, it's really amazing. So definitely keep it. Also has all the electronics. So overall, it's gonna be an amazing car in the rain, and it's a convertible, which means you can bring it to certain events that like only let you do it with convertibles. The next car on my list is a Chevrolet, not that one definitely. Whoop. It's another dragster car. So here it is. It's a Chevrolet Tahoe, or Tahoe, however you pronounce it. So when you put 3 points in engine and weight, it's gonna do 7.2 seconds. 0 to 60. It really has a lot of power, but it's heavy, much like the Mercedes. It doesn't have as good top speed as the Mercedes, but for 6RQ, it's definitely one of the best dragsters. It has high ground clearance. It has ABS, but doesn't have traction control. So high ground clearance means that it's gonna be really good. Like if you have events and on this low RQ and a hill climb event happens to be there, and naturally like Citroen Mehari can't go up that hill also, and pretty much nothing else can go up that hill. But if it happens to be like on an asphalt surface instead of dirt or something, this is gonna kick ass, and in pretty much all of drag races, this is gonna kick ass against pretty much all other cars. And the high ground clearance can also help in certain situations, so definitely a keeper. And the last car on my list is a Honda. Let's see, where's the Honda? Oh no, it should be Honda Hammer Honda. Okay, it's this guy right here. So it's the only four-wheel drive standard tires car on this list. And when you upgrade it all the way up, I think I did mine 2.33, and with that upgrades it has 12.4 seconds 0 to 60 miles per hour. I know it's not really amazing, but handling is 75 on four-wheel drive standard tires car. So definitely something to look out for. It's also a modern car, meaning it has traction control and ABS and medium ground clearance, of course. The weight is not really that bad, so it can be surprising in the rain. And definitely if you have an event where you need to bring four-wheel drive standard tires cars, this can save you some RQ and definitely let you participate in the events. So that will be all for this video. That's my list of the best uncommon cars that you can get for this game. So definitely keep all of them, all of these that you will find. I would highly recommend it because like missing any of them can really set you back, and having any of them can really help you a lot. And when it comes to stuff like Honda Beat or even Mercedes 600, even a Chrysler Drifter, or like GMC Diablo, I would recommend getting two of those because they can really make a big impact if you have one or two of those and your enemies have none. So that would be all. Make sure to like and subscribe if you like this video. If I missed any of the cars, just put them in the comments below, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.